Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another episode of the entire history of. This week we're doing the entire history of magic in The Sims. And I am only going to be focusing on witches and wizards because, you know, if I included fairies, I'd have to include werewolves, so I'd have to include zombies, and there's too much, honestly, there's too much. Just going to be focusing on witches and wizards, and also only focused on that one, because that one is my speciality. Really thought that you'd be able to see this top more than you actually can. This is not magical enough. Where's my scarf? There it is. Can you tell what house I'm in yet? There we go. It's had a long-standing history in this series, all the way back from The Sims 1. We've had them in every single version of the game, so there is a lot to talk about. And some versions of the game are better than others. That's all I'm going to say. Not going to lie. And obviously, it's no secret that I love Harry Potter. I love magic, everything to do with magic. Harry Potter or not, I'm just drawn to that kind of thing. And I have done quite a couple of Harry Potter Sims videos, so I'll link a playlist at the end, so if you want to go check them out, you can. But today, my spellcasting amigos, let's just get straight back onto it, straight back on the history of magic in The Sims. Whoa! I've honestly been putting this video off for a while. Like, I've been at my computer since about 2 o'clock. It's only 4 o'clock now, and I've just been staring at it like just out of nerves because I'm so excited to do this video that I don't want to do it. Does anyone else get like that? Do you feel me? So I'm just going to jump straight into it because then once I get the ball rolling, I'll be off like a whippet. So the first time we actually get introduced to magic is all the way back in The Sims 1 with The Sims 1 Making Magic. This came out in 2003 and I've told this little anecdote quite a couple of times. I'm going to tell it again. I first saw Making Magic at a computer fair when I was there with my mum and dad, and then ended up getting it for Christmas. And honestly, I'm just going to have to show you the trailer. Challenge everything. That was a little snippet of it, and I had to show it, I had to include it because it's so perfect. Even the cover art for the game is absolutely impeccable, and it completely encapsulates that magic feeling that you get when you play this game, even though you can't really see what's going on. But you know, it still feels magical. Maybe it's the nostalgia. Nostalgia is heavy and present in this video, so I'm just gonna let you know. I'm not the most unbiased opinion when it comes to magic in The Sims. I'm not sure whether Harry Potter sparked my love for The Sims Making Magic or whether The Sims Making Magic sparked my love for Harry Potter. I'm not sure which one came first. It's a chicken or the egg situation. All I know is I'm a slut for all things ghouly and magical, and it's the exact same thing with this. I was hooked on this pack from the get-go, and it's still my #1 pack that The Sims has ever done, including all versions of the game. So why was it so great, you may ask? Well, let's get into it. When you load up the game and play with a family, a magic man will come knock on your door, deliver you a box, and this box basically contains a starter pack for what you're going to need for Magic Town. You'll get a wand, one charger, spell books, some ingredients for a toadification spell, and 35 magic coins. And it also includes a little portal that you jump down in and you can go visit Magic Town that way. I loved Magic Town because I think it's quite hard to draw the line when it comes to sim packs of how involved a town should be with its storyline, as in whether it should be fully incorporated in the game or if it should be on the sidelines. And I think that this is the perfect match for it. So you can visit this, you can jump down a hole. I think you can also take a hot air balloon there. If you ring up a taxi, you can take a hot air balloon, but you can still go and see all of the magic without having it shoved down your throat in your day-to-day gameplay. So I absolutely loved that, because something being shoved down my throat in my day-to-day gameplay like occults, not my thing. Me having a little secret place where I can go and get all out my nerdy fantasies, brilliant. So before talking about any of the objects that you can use in your daily gameplay, I'm going to talk more in depth about Magic Town because they kind of come as a duo and it makes more sense to talk about Magic Town first. So don't know why I'm justifying myself to you, like it's my channel, but anyway, Magic Town is a neighborhood that is somewhat secret. You can't access it from the main part of the map. Like I said, you have to jump down the hole or take a hot air balloon, and the story behind Magic Town is that it is on the outskirts of Sim City, and a lot of the older Sims games referenced each other a lot. I know that this is pretty much just a marketing tactic for you to make them aware of other games that they have, but I really liked this. I love the whole references to everything. It makes the game feel so wide and complete. But anyway, it's on the outskirts of Sim City, and a carnival set up camp one night just at a random forest, and they set it up overnight and it's been there since. From this, there is two distinct styles to it because it's on the edge of a forest. You've got the really dark foresty side, which is very, very, very Victorian. Forgotten Hollow kind of resembles it a lot. It follows a very traditional Victorian style. You wouldn't catch me dead near there. Not once the sun's down, at least. And you can actually live here too, but one thing that I think is cool is that to live here, you have to buy a property through both magic coins and simoleons. So I love that little thing. Just that extra little bit of challenge. I mean, have I ever lived there in my life? No, because maybe it was a bit too much of a challenge. But I still like having a little bit of hardship. And then the other side is where the carnival set up. So obviously it's a lot more carnival-y. It's very, very orange, red, very bright, autumnal. There's 2 different seasons going on in this world, and I'm here for it. But these colours are synonymous for magic. That's how I view magic in my head. And I would love it if the Realm of Magic pack that's been released this fall, why am I saying fall? I'm literally English. Released this autumn. I really hope that the Realm of Magic copies this style somewhat, because it feels so magical, and that's the only way I can describe it. Just completely magical. Right, I think you just get the point. Moving on. And your Sims can have fun as well in Magic Town. It's not all just frogs and spells. They can ride a roller coaster, play mini golf, do all of the fun carnival things. And there is also new NPCs. NPC is non-playable character, if you've never heard that term, because when I was 9 and came across that term, I was like, what? But it's non-playable characters, so you can't actually play with them, you can just interact with them. One of these was Fairy Queen Mara. No. One of these was Fairy Queen Mara, who was the first fairy that we've ever saw in the game. And there was also the stall owner, Vicky Vampirus, the first vampire in the game as well, ahead of its time, I'm telling you. Most of Vicky's items are to do with dragons, because you can't actually have dragons as pets in this game for its time. Oh wait, that's pretty cool. But as well, this world is also useful to those who want to pursue magic instead of just doing magic at home. So this really is a place where everybody's magical, everybody casts spells, you don't get... Sorry about that, I saw the bobble in the corner of the camera, and then once you know, you just know, and I couldn't go back knowing what I know, so I had to get rid of it, sorry. So if you cast a spell in one of the normal worlds, you might get a little bit trouble, especially if it's at a sim who's not magical. But if you do it in Magic Town, it's anything goes, so you can go here, refine your skill. There are certain magician stands where you can go and perform magic, and those who have got the highest mechanical skill will do better, and they'll earn more magic coins for the performances. These magic coins are also for more than just buying real estate property in Magic Town. You can also use them to buy ingredients, perform magic, brew potions, etc at home. And this is what I like about this pack. So you can perform magic and really get engrossed in the world and in Magic Town, but you've also just got the option to be, you know, living along normal people like Bob and Betty Pancakes, but being a secret wizard, and I love that element of surprise. And there are also new objects with this pack that help with magic and casting spells and everything. Some of these are the wax and honey maker. Obviously you get wax, the butter churn, you get butter, it's in the name. Spinning wheel, I'm just not even going to tell you because you can put 2 and 2 together. And craft a gargoyle, which gives you flowers. No, I'm joking. Any of the ingredients as well, these can be added to the Spellbound One Charger or the Ever After Crafter. And what's even cool is kids can make magic as well. So they can make charms with a neo-magical newt. I love that kids are involved. I really do. And the spells that can be created are honestly great as well. I think these spells are maybe the best spells that we've had throughout any Sims Witches and Wizards pack kind of thing. So they range from like little kooky spells like being able to turn someone into a frog to helpful, which I appreciate, like cleaning up dirty dishes, making 2 people friends. I love spells like that because I think in day-to-day gameplay that's going to make a wizarding pack last. There's honestly too many charms to go through, and that's what's impressive about it as well. And once you cast 15 charms, you get magical growths on your lot, which kind of sounds like a wart, but it's not, I promise. They're basically crystals. They look suspiciously similar to the crystals that can be seen in The Sims 4. But these also have magic powers of their own. They take a couple of days to grow. Once they're fully grown, you can actually use these to conduct magic on your own lot and all. So you can do things like setting someone's foot on fire, summoning a rainstorm to put out a fire, maybe on that person's said foot, or you can teleport a sim to any spot in the home. I use the teleport spell so much so. And we also get one of the most beloved additions to the game, which is Bornhilda. This is essentially a skeleton housemaid, if you've never heard of her, and she'll clean up after your sim. She's such an angel, God bless her. I love her. So far, I just want to say my script at this point up to here is 1,030 words, just about The Sims 1. I feel like the scripts for the other games are going to be a lot shorter, so here we go again, boys. And moving on to The Sims 2, witches were included in apartment life. I don't get it. I've never got it. I'm not going to start getting it now. I do not understand. It just feels really shot in there. Witches, apartment life, like no comprende. And I'm surprised about, because I hold a lot of The Sims 2 packs in very high regard. I class them as the top quality, top tier, god tier packs. So kind of confused with this one. A lot of things in the world have an anomaly though, and this can be The Sims anomaly. Actually, I think The Sims 4 is The Sims anomaly. No, I'm joking. Game changer. And this is the actual first introduction of a life state of witch and wizardry. So in The Sims 1, you could just perform it, but you weren't actually different to other Sims. Anyone could do it. where with this one you had to actually be a witch to conduct magic. To become a witch or wizard, all you had to do was befriend a witch or wizard. Once you were friends with them, you got the option to go down the path of lightness or the path of darkness, depending on whether or not the witch that you became friends with was a good witch or a bad witch. You can't actually make a witch and create a sim, it's only through this way. And once you befriend this witch and choose whichever path you want to go down, you get your hat, your cap, your gown. I'm talking as if this is a graduation of some sort. You get your hat, your gown and your wand, and you can start casting spells from there on out. We're good to go. There's also a new magic skill, and the higher that this skill is, the more successful your spells will be and the more spells you'll be able to do as well. And much like the whole good witch, bad witch thing, the spells are kind of the same. So if you're a good witch, you can perform good spells and some really powerful good spells. Same if you're a bad, you can do bad and powerful bad. And you can also cast neutral spells if you're a neutral witch, and you can change sides. So if you're a really bad witch and you want to repent and you keep casting good spells, you will go onto the side of the light. But if you're on the fence, you can't really master becoming a witch because you won't have access to the most powerful good or bad spells. So don't be on the fence, guys. And I mean this in real life. Like, don't be on the fence about anything. Make up your mind and stick behind your choices. So make your decisions with who you follow politically and own it. And by that, I mean become a socialist and sign up to a trade union. The spells are very varied with this pack as well, and they're not bad, to be honest. So you can do helpful things. You can cure sickness, because Sims got sick a lot in The Sims 2. Like, if you ate food that was slightly out of date, food poisoning. And you can also put out fires, love that. But you can also do off it things like resurrect someone and then they'll end up being a zombie. So really cool things. As much as I hate the fact that witches didn't have their own pack in The Sims 2 and they were kind of shoved into a pack that they really didn't belong to, witches aren't that bad in The Sims 2 considering the context around it. And then from this we move on to The Sims 3. So witches were introduced with the pack Supernatural. I'm sure you are all acquainted with it, and it incorporated many supernatural beings into the game. They also came with their own town, Moonlight Falls, which had a lot of references to Twilight, and let me tell you, my emo teenage self was very pleased when I saw these references. I was so Team Edward. You can also become a witch straight through Create Sim, which is the first time we've seen it in the series, but you can also become a witch through drinking the witch's bottled witch's brew elixir, whatever. So don't worry if you're a muggle, because there's still a chance that you'll get your letter yet. And witches don't look any different to normal Sims, which I like, because I said it in a different video, but magic is from within, so really you shouldn't look any different on the outside. So I like this. I like that they're not different. This makes sense. This pleases me. Magic is also not available to Sims until they're a teenager. So when you hit puberty, you basically get a wand, kind of like Harry Potter. Also, although they can't perform magic until they're a teenager, if your toddler is magical, if they're playing with a toy, sometimes that toy will go missing, like yeet out the way, because the magic and the performed accidental magic, and I love that. And I'll tell you what, right, The Sims 3 may miss the bigger picture sometimes, but sometimes they really get in on that details and little things too. You win some, you lose some. They also have a meter to show how much magical power they have, and if you cast more and more spells, this will deplete faster, especially if these spells take more power. And their power is also influenced by the earth, which is something I really like to see, because I think that's where magic comes from. Don't quote me on that one, because I'm not like a Wiccan or anything, but I'm pretty sure magic comes from the earth. When it's a full moon, this will influence your powers, so you'll be able to use your powers more without your power draining as much, and your magic will also have a higher chance of being successful. Love that. As much as I hate the full moon in The Sims 3, like, I turn that off after the first play, I love that it's connected like that. And obviously the witches, so they can do charms, curses, spells, and these again range from replenishing the needs, summoning a ghost, to haunting with a sim. That one's pretty bad. Love that. And you can also bring a sim back as a zombie. I'm not going to go into the spells too much because there's a lot of similarities between the other packs, so it'd just be a bit repetitive. And again, there's also the good and evil spells, but the whole good witch bad witch thing is a lot more fluid. And we also get Bornhilda back. She went away for a little while in The Sims 2, but she is back better than ever. Well, maybe not better than ever. She always glitched for me and I could never use her, but I'm still going to fight for a case. She's still amazing. I love you, Bornhilda. And alchemy was also something that was introduced in this pack. So basically you could be Severus Snape and make potions. They had a little alchemy station. You could mix elixirs. All Sims could do this though, which I'm not too happy about. I don't know. Witches obviously have the added benefit of me being able to make these things faster and more efficiently, but I don't like all Sims doing it. And I said this about mermaids, because if all Sims can do something, like all Sims can become a friend with a dolphin, then what's the point of having a mermaid? have a special relationship with a dolphin, or having every sim able to use the alchemy station. I don't get it. I don't want everybody to be able to use everything. I want my witchy items being able to be reserved for witches. I want my vampire items reserved for vampires, that kind of thing. I want something to actually stand out. This honestly heartfelt essay going on right here. Anyway, I haven't really went too in depth with The Sims 3 either, and that's because as much as there is a little bit of repetition, because a lot of things are similar from older packs, I also feel like there's not that much depth to go into. Don't shoot me. Because The Sims 3 Supernatural came with so much, and it really did. It was a bit too good to be true. Because it came with so much, it couldn't really hone in on little detail, you know, so it's a bit quantity over quality. And I much prefer the setup of vampires, for example, in The Sims 4, where it really focuses in on one particular supernatural being. Which leads me on nicely to The Sims 4 Realm of Magic. Now, this is something that we actually know nothing about, so not much to say on that, but I do have a video where I do my predictions and hopes and everything about this pack, so you can find that on my channel if you're interested, and I'm going to end it here. This has been about 2,000 words long, my script for this, so if I'd have focused that effort in actually doing my final major project for university, I'd be 2/5 of the way done of my essay. So priorities. But thank you all very, very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and this is a full playlist, so if you like any other history videos about The Sims, you can all see it in that playlist, which I'll link at the end. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys, see you all after.